What's going on, YouTube? Snakebite here, and today we're going to be talking about a hot topic in the Halo community. We're going to talk about a couple different things with it, so I don't want to get caught up in the title. The title is going to be like, which Halo is the best, or I don't know, something like that that'll get people to watch it. It'll obviously have to do with the video, but basically, a video went kind of viral that Summit was talking about Halo 5 and other Halos and stuff like that. In a minute here, I'm gonna play the clip. I'll have Jake play the clip. Ayo, the editor himself. And then I'm gonna talk about what I think about it, why I think people took it the wrong way. I don't want to be like news-esque kind of, but I think that with what he's saying, there's some important stuff to talk about, and maybe hopefully get people on the right mindset heading into Halo Infinite. So let's go ahead and watch the clip.
Halo, in my opinion, was not ruined at all. I think Halo 5 is the best Halo, personally. I think a lot of people that like the old Halos are caught in nostalgia. You guys have been playing the old fucking Halos forever now, and it's super fucking boring, dude. Halo 5 is absolutely the best Halo. Sorry. I know a lot of you guys aren't going to like that. I think that I like the boost thing a lot, whatever the fuck it was. I think it served for a lot of outplayability. And I enjoyed watching those tournaments a lot more than I enjoy watching fucking Halo 3 tournaments, which is boring as shit. Guys moving about 2 fucking miles an hour, burst rifling at each other, which you can't even really see the skill, right? There's a lot of skill there. You really can't see it that much because everybody's looking pretty much the same. But Halo 5, you bet your fucking ass that Frosty's out there making everyone else look bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's showcasing the fucking level of skill that the game can bring. Sorry, it's just how it goes. Nostalgia might be running some of you guys on that one, bros. Go watch Halo 3 and Halo 2. They're boring as fuck.
Okay, so after seeing the video clip, a lot of people obviously were, people hear his opinion and then feel the need to give their opinion. And I think obviously that's understandable. I get that. But basically, for somewhat of context as to what was happening and what was said, someone basically, I think, I don't know full context, but to what I understand, someone apparently was like roasting 343, saying Halo 5, 343 was ruining Halo and how bad Halo 5 was, or like they were taking Halo in the wrong direction. And what Summit was starting to say, obviously, was that he loved Halo 5 and, he thought, you heard him say Halo 5 is his favorite and most enjoyable to watch and most enjoyable to play. So there's a couple of different things to talk about that I just want to like address, right? Okay, so the first thing is your favorite game. Your favorite game is very much that. It is your favorite. Why in the world Twitter exploded, man, absolutely exploded, with people roasting other people about which game's their favorite, stuff like that. What people forget to realize, or maybe like just don't want to acknowledge, is like the question of what's your favorite game. When I was talking to my stream about it, the way that I explained it is like that it's rarely ever a concrete answer. It's rarely ever an answer that's going to stay the same no matter what, right? Halo 1, probably like when I think back in my mind, Halo 1 was by far like the most fun I ever had playing a video game. Halo 1, Halo 2 especially, right? But like, is it enjoyable to watch or play now? No, it's not, right? And that's to me. That's me and my experience with Halo. And I think APG put out a tweet. I'll have AO pop it up right here. APG put out a tweet that basically like, you're all right and you're all wrong at the same time. Because when the topic comes in as to what's your favorite or what's the best, there's no true answer to what the best is. The only true answer is, your personal opinion. And when it comes to, what you believe is the best, you cannot be wrong in that answer unless you name Halo 4. No offense. So, to what Summit's saying, these other games are boring, nostalgia, if you would have asked that question about Halo 3, 10 years ago, no one probably would have felt that way. But, and Summit, to his credit, is someone who watches a lot of Halo, does a lot of view parts. People are like giving him shit about like, oh, he didn't play H5. He watched a lot of H5 tournaments actually on his stream and boosted our viewership very much. So like, it's clear indication that he does enjoy Halo 5 and he liked watching it. And you know, games constantly progress, and what people enjoyed watching as an esport in 2020 and 2021 might not work for the games in 2010. And you know, the way that I reference it personally is I think Halo 5, to me right now, Halo 5, I enjoy playing Halo 5 more than the other games, but the thing to note about the other classic games is they're older, right? And I'll be real with you, I don't want to play Halo 5 either right now because it's a 5-year-old game. I want to play a new Halo. So Halo 5 is what's most enjoyable for me to watch. Like, I don't really care to watch any of this H3 stuff, but again, like for me personally, right? I've been a professional player since 2009, which is Halo 3, right? 2009, 2010, Halo 3. I broke into the top 8 in 2010. You know, 13, 14 years old. That's when I became a pro at 13. Top 8 by, I think it was either 14 or 15. I don't really remember, you know, birthdays, right? But you know, played a lot of the game, and Halo 3 will always have a special place in my heart because it's the game I became a professional player in, right? And then when you fast forward to 2020 and the fact that we played a whole year in 2019, of course I'm not going to enjoy it. I find it boring. I can't sugarcoat it. I find it boring. The shot registration fix, which is something we'll dive into in another video, but they admittedly had bad shot registration on PC and they came out with a fix, and then for our tournaments we didn't get to play it. So to what Summit's saying of like these other games are boring and he thinks Halo 5 is the best, like I want to know what you guys think, because I always like hearing and seeing other people's opinions, but I just think it's important to remember like people's opinions change over time, and like I don't know how else to word it. You know, everyone's right and everyone's wrong at the same time. I don't think it's not as cut and dry as like, well, this game is the absolute best, because what people don't acknowledge when it comes to that topic is in your mind, so much of like what's going to be the best game has to do with yourself, and not like yourself, like, how do I word this correctly? Like yourself as in, you know, were you great at the game? You know, what was your personal life like at the time? Were you enjoying life at the time? You know, was it your childhood? Is it where you had all your best memories of all, you know, there's so many different factors that's going to make a specific game the absolute best for you, right? So I just think that is something really important to consider. Or not necessarily to consider, but to keep in mind. So when people, and even like the Halo 4 joke I made, right? I don't knock players who come into my stream and say Halo 4 is their favorite Halo, because a lot of the times, for the most part, they're relatively new to Halo and probably started late-ish in the Halo 4 time period and they loved it. And you know what? Like, not my opinion, but cool. Like, is what it is, right? It's not, you're not wrong. If that's your favorite, you're not wrong. But absolutely exploded the Halo community with this whole best game, stuff like that. The one thing that I will say, like, I'm trying to figure out the words for this, guys, so I'm sorry. There's 3 different ways to break down the video, right? This video and kind of what Summit's saying, which is favorite to watch, favorite to play, and the topic people love discussing, which is most difficult, right? Favorite to watch and play, to me, are both very opinionated, and what you value in a game and what you look for. You know, personally, I don't think the classic games of the past draw attention anymore, or bring in a new player base, or get people interested, right? But to be very, very clear on that, the main reason that is because they're old games. And old games can work. There's nothing wrong with old games, don't get me wrong. But you know, in the realm of the argument that I see people throw around a lot, for the argument of like playing and watching, is like, well, MLG used to sell out 250 teams back in the day, and you know, so many more people watched and so many more people played. And, you know, I've been around for a long time, and I don't mean to like always say that because people get kind of offended when I reference my experience. The reason why Halo 3, like Halo 2 to Halo 3 was the perfect combination in like the gaming world, right? Halo was the game. Like straight up on the MLG circuit, Halo blew up, okay? And there's a couple of reasons for that. MLG did an amazing job with storylines and broadcasting this stuff and, you know, creating this atmosphere, right? The game itself was incredible for its time. Halo 2, Halo 3, CE, incredible for its time. And the side that people don't always reference is that for gaming specifically, at least for me and my opinion, for gaming specifically, Halo back then didn't have as much competition as it does now. And I'm not saying that as in like, oh, well, Halo 5 is better than H3, but it has more competition. I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying like the argument of, well, Halo 3 is better because of this. It's so subjective and opinionated because there's no actual measurement. And even the Team Pass measurement, I hate because of what I just said. You know, back in the day, like on console specifically, you know, on console specifically, which is, let's be real, it's where most people were. I shouldn't say most people, because like I know like I don't want to be ignorant and ignoring the fact that the PC scene was obviously massive, but like console specifically, Halo was the game, the absolute game. And perfect timing of the perfect world, H2 and H3 blow up when every other game is enjoyable and fun, but lackluster overall and didn't get the same push, right? Now, Call of Duty. How does Call of Duty blow up? Call of Duty blows up because they are growing their social media platforms with YouTube, and Call of Duty's always been a massive game, obviously. We get Reach. I think they were in Black Ops 1 for Reach, right? All of a sudden, hold on, where's my camera here? All of a sudden, the scales start tipping, right? By the way, MLG is all in on the StarCraft thing over here on the other side on PC, which is blowing up as well, even though StarCraft obviously speaks for itself as to how big it is. And then following that, we get Halo 4. Call of Duty gets Black Ops 2 and full force MLG pushing the narrative. And then after that, Call of Duty started getting, like good games, but like Call of Duty, I've always found on their competitive side, the player base overall, like I feel like everyone always buys a new Call of Duty, right? And then on the competitive side, they've just done a better job than we have. And with Halo 5 specifically, I think that's something that really, really hurt. I think Halo 5 was a great game, but I think that's something that really hurt us. So I'm getting off topic. But the argument of, well, I just want to put a stop to the arguments in general, and hopefully people will listen to this. The best to watch, best to play, or best game and most fun to watch is your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. There's nothing that I can say or do that can change that, right? But there is no measurement. So like referencing team passes, in my opinion, even player population isn't great. And this is someone who grew up playing it. Isn't great because I just look at consoles back then and what a force they were. And not only that, just like being real, the minimal amount of competition that we had, like, back in H2, H3, Halo was the game, right? Nowadays, I mean, you put up a $2.5 million Halo 5 tournament. You got the Fortnite World Cup throwing up 30 mil. This is all like years later and stuff like Call of Duty. What was the Activision League? Like 8 million. Like Apex putting up crazy numbers. Rainbow Six, Gears of War, Rainbow Six, CS:GO, League of Legends, Overwatch, come on. Like, you can name your games that you love. Valorant, like, the list goes on and on. When back in the day, you were probably like Halo 3, Call of Duty, and I heard Source is pretty big, So I don't know. Take it for what it's worth. I just wanted to talk about those two things specifically. The which game is the hardest thing, I think is a separate video, because I'm looking at the clock and we're going a little bit long. So that is a discussion in its own right. I want to know in the comment section below, just 2 points. You can obviously list your opinions and, you know, give an explanation if you would like, of which you like to watch and which you like to play. Those answers can obviously vary. But I just want to know, I want to know those two answers, and it's up to you if you want to go into a description or not, essentially. Because I find the topic really interesting. But I don't like causing an insane debate over it. So I brought the topic to my Twitter, I brought the topic to my Twitch, so I thought it'd be cool to bring it over to my YouTube channel and see what people think. Like I said, I don't want to cause arguments. I think it's strictly opinionated and relevant to your time period, your life, and what is important to a video game, or maybe what you enjoy for a video game to you, right? APG said it best. Everybody is right and everybody is wrong all at the same time. So, yeah, let me know in the comment section. Hopefully, I know this video became a little bit ranty. So I apologize. Let me know if this is an okay video for you guys, if you like the talk. I don't know. I didn't want to like talk over gameplay. I wanted to really think specifically, and I didn't know how long this would go. Okay, I don't have gameplay long enough. So if you stuck through it this long, I appreciate it very much. I'm gonna go ahead and end the video. You know, I don't even know what to say, right? Like, just love your game, and respect other people's opinions, and we can all be happy and cross our fingers that Halo Infinite is the perfect combination, and we all have a new favorite game come 2021. That's going to be the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed the little discussion, I guess, of ranting. Like I said, I just really wanted to talk about, you know, it's okay to have different opinions. I personally, with my tweet specifically, I just didn't want to play. I had a feeling we were going back to console H5, which I think will probably end up being announced. But I just wanted H5 PC, so I was agreeing with Summit in that, you know, these MCC tournaments are for a professional player like myself. Speaking strictly for me, these MCC tournaments have been a little bit on the frustrating and boring side because of the broken game. As well as the fact we've already done it. We already played Halo 3 for a full year, so like when I heard we were playing again, I was kind of like, oh, okay. Like, I'm grateful for the opportunity, but at the same time, like, you know, it's a little bit of like, all right, I guess. And then on top of that, you know, the shot registration fix didn't happen in any of our tournaments, which is a big letdown. So, hopefully this gives some perspective. I can start linking this in my stream. Anytime this discussion pops up, and you could just yell at the computer screen about how dumb I am, because, you know, insert Halo game is your favorite and I'm wrong. But I appreciate you guys watching. Leave a comment down below of what's your favorite to play and what's your favorite to watch. I appreciate it as always. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.